bo6 had its fair share of issues, we know this. But what worries me the most about bo7 is each map not having its own unique identity.
But bo6 had a mansion, it had a castle, it had a dig site, it had a...
Yo, don't be a doofy. Don't be a doofy. Stop. I'm not talking about the map locations or its environments, but I mean, even then, half the maps take place in Liberty Falls, but ignoring that, I'm talking about at its core gameplay, each map plays the same. And that's exactly what I'm most worried about for bo7. The first map could play amazing, could be great, but then if every single other map at its core gameplay plays the exact same, it's like, what's the point? Now, the reason it felt like that in bo6 Zombies is because there were overarching things across each map that were just the same. Now, what could possibly be the culprit of these? Now, I'm gonna tell you, and bear with me, some of these might be a hot take, others obviously not. But I'm gonna start off with perks. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's amazing. It's so good that we don't have a limit anymore, that we can get every single perk on every single map. There's no more map specific perks. They're all on every single map, and that's great. But there's a few big issues that come along with that. And the main one being that this adds to that congealment across all the maps. When it comes to perks, the power scaling of each map is always going to be the same because you're going to end up with the same perks on every single map. Now, whether or not that you like that you get every perk on every map in Modern Zombies, you gotta admit that that aids to this congealment of identity across the maps. Now, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a less hot take. Enemy types. Now, I'm tired of them, and I know that every other person that plays zombies is also tired of them. Manglers, abominations, doppelgas, parasites, vermin, these things are on almost every single map. And the things that are unique to some maps, or at least a few maps, aren't even unique to the game. They're in prior games. Now, for the most frustrating thing in the entire game to me, the addition of it completely, in my opinion, is the reason Modern Zombies is not as fun as prior zombies. Score streaks. Now, the addition of score streaks by themselves is not the issue. The issue is that they are so completely overtuned in this game. You're about to die, boom. Just use anything that brings up a screen or injects you. And these things do damage the entire game. I'm talking about level 1, round 1, round 999. It doesn't matter what round you're on, they're gonna do damage and they're gonna kill. And guess what? If you got something so overpowered on every single map, it's gonna be used on every single map. And again, the issue is not the fact that these things are overpowered, it's the fact that they're overpowered on every single map. Now, I don't even like the fact they're overpowered, obviously, but I mean, if they're gonna be overpowered, at least make them map specific, at least make them unique. They ain't. Now, this is the last thing I'm gonna talk about in the video, and this one is very frustrating to me. The lack of good wonder weapons. And it's actually pretty sad. The only unique one, which is the Reckoning one, I honestly forget the name completely, is the worst one by far. You got the Beam Smasher. Now, that one is not that bad, but it's not that unique. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a hybrid. Then you got the Jet Gun. Obviously, that one's pretty decent, but we've seen that one before. Then you got the Swords. I mean, the Swords should be really good in theory, right? But playing them, using them, they just suck. They're not fun to use. Then you got the Ice Staff. Now, like, why are we bringing back the Ice Staff on an awful map? That's number one. I'm sorry if you don't like that map. You're wrong. Flat out. You're wrong. I like the difficulty, but that's a discussion for another time. The map's just not good. Then we got the Ray Guns, right? Where have we seen Ray Gun Mark II variants before? Oh, Alpha Omega. And guess what? In my opinion, again, this is a correct opinion, this is a definitive statement. Alpha Omega is better than Shattered Veil. I said it, I'll say it again, I'm always gonna say it, this is just true. And then, like I said, you got the Wonder Weapon from Reckoning, whatever that's called. And again, that gun is pretty bad, but at least it's somewhat unique. Obviously, it takes inspiration from Apothecon Servant, whatever that gun's called, but at least it is somewhat unique. If everything comes out looking just as congealed as it did in this game, I think I speak for not just myself, I think I speak for everyone when I say we will not be playing very long. But the good thing is, we know that they're already taking steps to eliminate some of these issues. Already, we know the Wonder Weapon is actually a pretty cool and looks very unique. They've already made a statement on enemy types, that they're removing a lot of the enemy types from returning, and we know that some of the enemy types in the game are actually already pretty cool. The only two that we don't know are score streaks, and I'm pretty sure they made a statement saying somewhere that they're gonna reduce the amount of reliance on score streaks, but the perk issue is still prevalent, and I'm still not a fan of it. But guess what? Even if they congeal it across all the perks across every single map, no unique, guess what? there's still cursed mode, at least we can rely on. Or, I don't want to say rely on, but I mean, at least we got that backup just in case Red Game is not as great as it could be. So while these things definitely could be the fall of bo7, I think it's looking pretty hopeful. I appreciate y'all for watching. That's it for me.